Hi, I'm Sandy Trammell. For those of you that haven't met me, I'm the Sandy Beach Crafter. I've been crafting for about 20 years, and for the first 18 of those years, I was with Close to My Heart, and now since Close to My Heart is closed, I've transitioned to Stampin' Up, and it's a big learning curve, let me tell you. So I wanted to come on today and share with some of my other customers and friends some tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. I can't do them all today, so we'll just do a couple, but I'm going to give you a minute to close your eyes so I can turn my camera down, and then we'll continue videoing. Good morning, Sandy Trammell, the Sandy Beach Crafters here this morning, and I'm going to share with you a little tip that I've learned about our stamp pads. I'm new to Stampin' Up, so this is a new thing for me. These are not magnetic, but I love them just the same. This one happens to be boho blue, one of my favorite colors, and basically you just pop it up, pop it out, and slide it in. Now, do you see there's a problem with that? Once you slide it in, you can't tell what color it is. So Stampin' Up has answered that question for you. We're going to close this back so I don't get ink all over the place. And they have labels on the back of all of their stamp pads. And this one doesn't happen to have a name on it, but it has the color on it. I'm using my pick tool to pick it up, and I'm going to put it right here on the side. It was actually meant to go on the inside, but it's too hard to get in that hole for me, so I just said, okay, I'll just put it right here, and here it is. So now, when I open it and close it, I now know what the color is. It'll be right here. So if you have several colors open on your table that you're working with all at one time, that's what you do. So here's how they come. This one I haven't opened. This one's called Old Olive. You use your little piercing tool or your U-pick tool, and you open up the shrink wrap. Stampin' Up is so good about shrink wrapping everything and keeping it in place. So here we have the stamp pad, and here you can see we have two names and a bar. It's very hard to see. You can actually pull this whole thing off, but I just left it there. This one happens to be in French, and this one happens to be in German. So we have French and German demonstrators, so that appeals to everyone. So what I'm going to do right now is take this Old Olive name, pick it up, and put it on the front. Now this little gap right here helps you lift up the lid, so that tells me that that is the top. And I'm going to put this right across the bottom. So now I have Old Olive in the front, and I'm going to take the other Old Olive and put it on the back, just in case I happen to put the thing in my holder the wrong way. So now I have Old Olive in the front and the back, and I'm taking this blank one, and I'm going to put it right over here. It actually, from my understanding, was meant to go in this little slot right here. So if you prefer to put it right there, go right ahead. To me, that was just a lot of trouble. So I am just going to lay it right down here. And I've made it a point to tell myself that I'm going to do it on the left side every time, so you can see. So now, when I have these two open, They look black, and it's very hard to tell what colors I'm using. So this avoids you stamping in the wrong color if you're paying attention. And so you just push that a little, pull it, pop it down. If yours is really, really hard to get popped down or to pop back up, there are some little beads on the side right here. They're just little dents. And if you'll take an emery board, which is, I have one right here. If you'll take and just rub over that edge a little bit, and the other side a little bit, that wears that down just a tad, and it closes very easily. So open, close. Now, the more you open and close them, it will also wear that down. But if you're in a hurry and needed to open and close, or if you have one that's unusually sticky or tough to pull up, then you can use that little emery board and grind that little nub down just a little bit. So these are how I store my stamps now as I'm getting them, my stamp pads. And here's where you can find them. They're in page 135. Now, Stampin' Up! Does theirs in color groups. They have the subtles, and you can see the names here. They have the neatest names: Pool Party, Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia. And since they're primarily have been card makers, they list their 8.5 by 11 cardstock first, then their stamp pad, then their refill for the stamp pad, and then the Stampin' Blends, which are the alcohol markers. And 2 alcohol markers come with each one of the colors listed here. The cheapest way to get them is to look at down here by the family. You can order them individually, or you can order them by the family. Now, these markers are watercolor markers, and they're good for actually putting right on your stamp and stamping that way. The Stampin' Blends you don't want to put on the stamp because it has alcohol in it, and the photopolymer stamps will dry out and crack with the alcohol added to it. But you can see that you can get all of these in a bundle. You can get the bundle of all the ink refills. The stamp pads in Stampin' Up! Are a foam pad, and believe me, they are juicy. So I don't know if you're going to need the reinkers right away anyway. They have brights, which are literally their bright colors, and again, it's the same format. The regals, which are the rich, rich colors. Cherry cobbler, real red, that'd be great for Christmas. And either the shaded spruce, the garden green for the green of Christmas. I know we've got that coming up. These are the neutrals right here. Mossy Meadow is a really nice green. Look at there, pecan pie. I don't know if you say pecan or pecan, but we have pecan trees, and so I say pecan. I love the smoky slate. It's very pretty color. The basic gray and the smoky slate are good for stamping if you don't want the real brightness of a black. And these are the in colors. Every year, Close to My Heart used to have the color of the year, and we only had one color. Stampin' Up! Has 5 colors that they select, and they're good for 2 years. So making an investment in these is worth the 2 years. There's a lot of things that come out with the new in colors, a lot of the exclusives. So it's well worth getting the in colors. In fact, I've gotten them all, with the exception of Moody Mauve, because it was out of stock for a while. But other than that, I'll have them all. Again, it's just like these are the in colors for 24 through 26. These are still current in colors. They started last year in 23, and they're good through 25. So that helps. And here are your basic colors down here. They've added a new basic color this year called Basic Beige, Very Vanilla, Basic White, basic black, and they have the markers in bronze and ivory. The ivory is very close to the very vanilla as far as color goes. The basic beige is very, very pretty. I've created and put on my Facebook page some thank you cards, and I used basic beige as the base for the cards. So anyway, if you start on page 135, or you can go online and order them as well. I have my contact information here. If you'd go to my website, I am the sandybeachcrafter.stampinup.net. That's who I've been for the last 15 years, I guess, since I've had a team. I have a Facebook page, the Sandy Beach Crafters. You're welcome to join that. It's public. Pinterest is Sandy Trammell, and I just collect ideas there. I have Instagram, and I'm branching out to YouTube this year. That's my goal, one of my goals. But if you need to get in contact with me, you can do sandybeachcrafter@gmail, or you can text me at the phone number. The reason I say text me is because my phone does not always ring when it's a number that I'm not familiar with. It's not already in my contacts. So that was our technique for today. I just wanted to share with you some upcoming events. We have had our Enjoy the Ride crop. We did 10 scrapbooking pages with that, 5 2-page layouts. In July, we'll be doing on the 12th and the 13th. We'll be doing Lake Life, and we thought the gnomes might be ready, but they're not going to be ready yet, so we'll be doing those in August. And on Sunday, July 14th, we're having Christmas in July card making buffet. It's also going to have other cards besides Christmas, but a buffet is when I make the kits up. I have everything at the table that you need. All you need to do is bring adhesive, if you bring anything, and maybe a pair of scissors. And you go and determine, there's about 20 cards available, and several of each. You go to the ones you like first. The sample card is there, and all the kits are there, and all the supplies are there. So you just come for 2 hours and make as many cards as you can in those 2 hours. Most people leave with a minimum of 8, because we don't spend the time to bling them all up here. You can bling them up when you get home. And it's the cost is $25. On July 26th, we're having a paper party with friends, and that's when you bring your friend that says, I'm not crafty, I don't know how to craft, I can't do that. And we're going to have a paper party. That's in an evening, and it's going to be at 7 p.m. The paper party with friends. And I'll have snacks and things for all of our friends. We'll introduce everybody to the world of card making that night. We won't be doing scrapbooking pages, but we will be doing cards that night that everyone can use, like birthday, get well, those kinds of things. Again, it'll be very similar to the buffet, but this is specifically when you bring a friend that doesn't feel like they're crafty. And we can prove to them that it's not as hard as it looks, which is a good thing. And hopefully they'll come along with you in the future. For those of you that are regulars in my class, if you bring a friend that hasn't been part of this, there will be a reward for you and your friend. So make sure you put on your calendar July the 26th, 7 p.m. And we'll be doing it from 7 to 9 and just having a good old girl time. Guys are welcome as well. So then the rest of them, I do have up on, many of you got the email about the September crop. It's called the Tacky Tourist. We call it a big crop because it's out at the Hilton Garden Inn, and we're going to have 25 or so people there. I still have some openings, and if you did not get an email regarding this, please let me know. You can text me, or you can get me at my Gmail address and let me know that you would like the information, because I have it all in that email. Anyone who's ever attended has already gotten an email, so check your emails because it's been a while. Remember last year I didn't do one because I was traveling in January. I'm also having one in January. It's called the Coastal Cowgirl Crop, and we're all going to wear our jeans and bling. And this one is for all our tourist clothes. It'd still be warm here in September, and so we're wearing shorts and t-shirts and whatever we think a tourist would wear on the beach. So that's what we're doing. We have loads of fun at these crops, and I hope you can join us, because I'm looking forward to it. I've got lots of good ideas planned and working on those as we speak. So until we meet again next time, take care. Bye-bye.